Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True and welcome back to Stellaris MegaCorp, where last time we brought the Zikmok, those pacifist mushrooms, into our empire, which is marvellous. Hopefully they will recover nice and quickly, everything will be absolutely fine with them. They'll forgive us pretty quickly. Like, we're only at minus 16 with them, even though there was a small case of bombing their capital homeworld. That's all absolutely flipping fine. I'm sure it won't be a problem in the slightest. And today I've got bigger plans. Because the Euthonians are over here, and the Rontor are actually a little bit on the busy side. I just realised this, by the way. The Rontor are currently at war with the Tiles, and the Tiles didn't invite us. Which, quite frankly, I feel a little bit offended by. Here we go, it was the Immiscerans, the snails, up here. They attacked the Rontus, they invited the Tiles, and the Tiles were just totally on board with putting the boot into the Rontus. So, alright, fine. I mean, me and the snails don't get on, so I guess that's why they didn't invite us. But still, they should have done. I would have said yes. The real question is how we want to take over the Euthonians, because I could probably just eat their entire empire, but then I've got an actively disloyal vassal who hates me right next to me. The better option, I would say, would be to use, yeah, my special little subsidiary war status quo settling button to split them in two. So I could take over just half their empire, and as long as it's occupied, then I just settle the status quo. Yeah, that gets broken off into its new empire that's a vassal. So I could just basically break the Euthonians in two, create a buffer state between me and the rest of the Euthonians, and on top of that, yeah, a buffer state between me and the Rontus as well. They've actually got quite a few planets floating around here. Yeah, they've got two here. One's just broken away in a freedom revolt, which is what's keeping their fleet tied up. Though their fleet's only 2,700, it's basically nothing. Then there's even more planets and some heavy fortifications up here. Though, guys, I wouldn't bother trying to fortify against a fallen empire. If they want you dead, you're gonna die. But yeah, I wouldn't actually mind taking their homeworld and then maybe the south of the empire, because that's the softer bit. And if we could also save this tiny little empire down here, that'd be kind of cool as well. Yes, I know, if I click on them, I get the Euthonians because they're occupying the system. But here we go, it's these little snails. They're pacifist and egalitarian and materialist, and in general, I'm actually pretty cool with these guys. I would like these guys to live. So, yeah, if we can save them, we will. And I think we've actually got a decent chance here. Because, yeah, this planet is actually... Wait. How are there so many... Ah, they just get free freedom fighter armies because it's a revolt. So even though there's basically nothing here, it's only just recently been landed, yeah, they get a bunch of freedom fighter armies regardless. Nice thing about the snails, though, they're strong. So their armies are decent. So all of these Emissera armies that have risen up, yeah, there's a lot of garrison stranded here. It's going to take these guys a while to actually penetrate the defences of this planet. They cannot land just yet. I want to save them. I want to save the snails. And other than that, I need to do a bit more genetic tinkering and keep working on the economy, keep Fen Habbanis running. Though speaking of Fen Habbanis, ooh, we're kind of out of districts, actually. That's a little unfortunate. Right, we need to actually, yeah, get ourselves... Oh, I don't even have the... I don't have the minerals for that. Right, okay, we're running a bit low on everything right now, but that's fine. I've got a plan. All we do is do what we always do, which is just sell 250 alloys, which we can produce very, very easily indeed. Also, look at this. The price of the alloys and the minerals is actually holding up pretty nicely right now. We're nowhere near to the max buy price for minerals or the minimum sell price for alloys. We're okay for the time being. The market is holding up to our aggressive buying and selling. Now with that, I can buy myself some food, so I can keep myself going with the food levels just for the time being. And minerals are, ouch, minerals are a little bit on the expensive side, but screw it, buy another 500. Even then, I don't have enough to actually clear a district. Okay, maybe we just let the economy tick over for a moment, because for the time being, we're not struggling. We could be doing better. You know, I probably just need more minerals myself, and I think I actually had half an eye on... Yeah, Fact 3A, up here, close by to Foundation and Fen Habbanis. Not exactly a spectacular mining world, but the ability to just throw down 9 mining districts and just say, screw it, let's have a bit more mining, that's nice. How's Foundation, by the way? Foundation is... I'm literally building the last mining district I'm allowed to build on Foundation right this moment. They're already producing a very, very healthy 130 net profit of minerals, which is excellent. I wouldn't mind another one of those, and that's basically what Fact is. It's a small mining world, which could be just flipping perfect, except it's snowing. And I think to this day, I still don't have any people in my empire that actually like snow. Now, the mushrooms down here do like snow, but they're not showing up in this list, so just because they're a vassal, it doesn't actually count, unfortunately. Yeah, we need to actually have, like, a migration treaty, or one of them needs to move into my empire, which they're unlikely to do, well... unless one of them were to move to Fen Habbanis. Hang on, could I make Fen Habbanis just as desirable as possible for a minute here? Yeah, just toss some luxury goods at Fen Habbanis. The more people that migrate here, the better. And actually, looking at consumer goods, we could do with making a few more of those. Would you guys mind moving out of culture work and into being artisans, if you'd be so kind? I think one of them just went over to entertainers instead. Honestly, we could do with the amenities, that's fine. Ah, yes, and as we start unlocking, yeah, specialised buildings like chemical plants to turn minerals into volatile motes, this could be another thing that worlds like Fen Habbanis can do. Their building spots can be filled up with advanced infrastructure, like the ability to convert minerals into something else, but for the time being, my minerals are pretty heavily spoken for, and I don't need moats for anything, so let's just leave that be for the time being, though it wouldn't hurt to... No, it's 400 minerals, it's 400 minerals... leave it be, we're okay. The important thing is, we just need to let the economy tick over for a moment. And also, one other thing, slightly embarrassing, thank you to the comments who pointed this out. I gene-modded cunning Romans into existence, and then immediately gene-modded them away again. I don't even know how I did that. Well done me, basically. But this is actually an interesting opportunity to look at something else, which is someone was telling me it's really inefficient to take, like, just a really small portion of the population and gene mod them. Like, gene modding as an actual project costs a certain amount, and then each pop you're actually gene modding on top of that adds a tiny amount. So you kind of may as well do the full population. So if I wanted to apply that template to literally everyone, like all 26, yeah, apply that template, that's only going to take a year. So I may as well get that done. Let's get that wrapped up. Now, let's get time ticking along here. Make ourselves some money. And one other thing I would like to do today, the fleets are just actually, yeah, heading back to their stations for some repairs and whatnot. The Void Spawn. I feel like that's been here quite a long time at this point. I think it's time for it to go down. I've got the fleet, I've got the plasma weaponry, and I've got friends. I think we can handle this bastard. Also, oh my goodness, I should probably make some changes to the templates because, yeah, even if I'm not planning to actually do any changes to the fleet and actually upgrade them, regardless, it will probably be worthwhile upgrading the templates because then in the event of reinforcement, better stuff is showing up. So, yeah, plasma thrusters, very, very nice indeed. Gotta love that speed and also evade. That's a big increase to base speed, by the way. Oh yeah, advanced afterburners as well. That's a nice increase to speed too, and that one's really important because, yeah, the fleet can only move at the speed of the slowest ship inside it. So upgrading the afterburners across the board, that could be useful. And it means we can actually move this thing over to... Can't quite fit shields across the board. You know what? That's fine. Spare energy is just converted into bonus firepower. I mean, just look at that. The Grand Murder right there. Some really, really modest improvements I just made. 2,000 alloys for the upgrade. That's insanity. That's utter insanity. Which I kind of approve of, because yeah, some people were like discussing in the comments, and I was chatting with people about after the last couple of episodes. It's a really nice change, because in old Stellaris, you just basically upgrade your fleet at the slightest provocation. These days, upgrades, even minor upgrades, are so expensive that I'd rather just keep old redundant fleets floating around and try and find a use for them. Like, really old redundant ships could just be repurposed into a patrol fleet that's never supposed to go to war. Its only job is just to patrol backwards and forwards and deal with pirates, or maybe run as a sacrificial screening force for the main fleet, which I am actually thinking about doing pretty darn soon, actually. We'll get to that. But yeah, 2,000 alloys for those modest improvements to my ships is just madness. So no, you guys just go to Osprey Station, heal yourselves up, we'll be good. Also, the Quiramulan have just opened their borders to us. Are you guys feeling okay? Have you forgotten about that war we did? Because we did a war. Actually, you know what? They want the spirits to grant me peace. This is marvellous. Oh, and flipping spot on traditions now. I think I know what we want to do here. Base trade protection. No, trade protection is fine right now. Market fee reduction. Now, for me, that could be absolutely flipping huge. I own the galactic market. It's based on my home world. And market fee down another 10%. Beautiful. The alternative being, yeah, bombardment damage down and defense army damage up for me. Not that interesting. Yeah, take insider trading because I'm trading a lot on the market right now. Like, next month. That could make a very, very big difference. Because once the trades get updated, we're on 335 right now. What's going to happen next month? Oh my goodness, that just jumped up to 437. We are making a huge amount on the markets. Yeah, our income of monthly trades is 659. Oh, that's amazing. And yeah, we're only paying out 323. So our trade in alloys is making stupid money right now. And you know what we can use that stupid money for? We can use it to make more stuff to sell. Because right now we've got all these jobs in metalworking that people are not filling. So, over to the slave market. Who wants to be freed? It's more flipping Romans. You know, I'm starting to get a bit suspicious of the Pax Romana. I think there's a lot of slavery going on over there. So, congratulations. You guys now just both work for me. Right, I think they've jumped straight into... Yeah, one of them jumped straight into artisan work. And do we need that many entertainers? You know what? It's probably not a bad idea to have that many entertainers. That's fine. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have more medical workers, actually. Yeah, go on then. Let's just upgrade the actual gene clinics here. Get those upgraded. We need more people. But just for the time being, let's actually, yeah, kick a couple of people out of the artisan jobs. We don't need every single one of them doing that right now. And only 2 culture workers is fine. We'll do with 1 less entertainer. Managers are pretty good. They produce trade value, which I do like. Medical workers are good. They're actually boosting growth rate, which is excellent. But that's even more metal workers now. We just need more metal workers. I want metal workers up to flipping 40, okay? Do need to watch out for the food situation, though. Every time I import and free a pop of slaves, they do need to be fed. Right, you guys, get out of your office jobs and get in the fields if you'd be so kind. Spot on, thank you. And we've already got agricultural districts just queued up over here in Devon. That place is growing pretty much as fast as it's going to be able to. Also, I didn't realise this was going to happen. The abandoned terraforming project means food output is actually minus 20% on Devon. Oh dear. Maybe I should have... No, it wasn't worth the risk. It wasn't worth the risk. That can go so badly wrong, it just makes the entire planet inhospitable. But it's a real shame that that's actually going to hurt the amount of food this place is producing. You know, I also need to have a think about what I'm going to do about these guys, the Sazerac Foundry. So they've come through this wormhole here. They've already settled a planet. These guys are aggressively expanding. They are very keen to expand. They hold a lot of territory over here. I'm going to guess, by the way, this might be the 3rd set of Marauders. And over here might be the Xenophobe Fallen Empire, though it might be here as well. Yeah, there's only a couple of little missing dots around the galaxy. That's probably a Leviathan. There's probably, yeah, Leviathan right there as well. So, actually, that in theory could be Marauders right there too. But if it was, that'd be unfortunately close to the other Marauders. Alright, that is... I'm not sure. It's going to be one of those 2 as the Xenophobes, if I had to guess. So, somewhere around here. Yeah, that's probably more Leviathans around here too. Someone pointed out, by the way, yeah, Earth's in a very bad situation, which is they've only got 2 exits from their little cluster dotted around here, which is 1 leads into Marauders, so they can't get out that way, and the other leads straight into Yonderim space. And yeah, the Yonderim do not actually like the Earth, so as a result of that, they almost certainly don't have the right to actually drive through Yonderim space. So, yeah, Earth is doing alright, but the poor lambs just cannot get out of their little corner of the galaxy. I mean, their best bet would be 100% throw their lot in with the Romans and then just go to war with the Yonderim and just try and make an attempt to break out. Just kind of take a little bit of territory over here and then move over here. And also, that's the second one of these I've seen. There's a system right here that isn't doing anything, which worries me because there's another one dotted around here somewhere. Yeah, there's another system that's not doing anything. What are you guys doing? I don't trust you, and I can't actually see what's going on there because it hasn't been explored, so I can't use experimental subspace navigation to actually get over there, and I've no way of getting visibility because visibility is calculated by closeness in terms of hyperlanes, and there's no hyperlanes there. I do not trust these systems. Oh, bloody hell. Maybe I should have taken the gamble with the terraforming process. I didn't realise that just not completing it would be such a problem. Not only is food down 20%, there's going to be random unstable weather. Plus 10 devastation is not insignificant. So as a result of that, yeah, it's just going to tick down by itself. It's not so bad, but 9% devastation is housing down, amenities down, trade value down, resources from all jobs down. Like, devastation is, well, would you believe, devastating. Oh, and the tiles have become even more xenophile. Right, tiles. How xenophile are you these days? You are... Oh my goodness, you are actually fanatical xenophiles and egalitarian, so me and you flipping love each other, marvellous. And they've also started making some diplomatic outreaches to the Elegant. Now that's interesting. The Elegant, their role in the galaxy is a fascinating one, because if they were to join the Tenants of Tabby, and in theory, oh, could the tiles be convinced to potentially join the Tenants of Tabby and the Elegant in a single federation? That would be bad for me, to be honest, but could be kind of interesting if they do. And by the way, the cunning Romans are back. Alright, this time we're not going to write over them. Alright, plenty of cunning Romans, no non-cunning Romans. In fact, actually, even though we only paid for like 24, we got 29 of them, because the Romans we bought were technically in the Empire when we just applied the template, so they were just like freebies we snuck in at the end of the day or something. Now, based on that logic, the owls, 79 of them, honestly, why don't I just turn all of them into intelligent? Because rather than just waiting for the Romans to take over, yeah, we could have the ultimate owls, who live over on Cornwall, and they're our battle owls. But yeah, the actual ultimate owls, in fact, actually, you know what? Ultimate owl probably isn't a good thing anymore. Modify that template, not in like any meaningful way. Just change their name from ultimate owls to battle owls. There we go. That's more accurate. That's what they're for. They're very, very good at fighting and also being defensive too. But yeah, every other type of owl, let's actually create a new template for you guys. So you guys are going to be the wise owls. Nice. So let's just get rid of, yeah, get rid of wasteful. That leaves me with 4 points left, but 2 more traits I can add in. So obviously, we want to add in intelligent, and that leaves me with 2 points and 1 trait pick left. Ooh, interesting. I mean, if I were to get rid of, yeah, that's a bit difficult, that's a bit awkward, because what I probably want to add in at this point is one of the naturals, because that's another 15% in one of the sciences. Which science would we like to boost, by the way? Engineering is the one we're behind in right now, and honestly, engineering, there's a lot of military stuff in there, so probably I should say that you guys become natural engineers. So yeah, every owl becomes intelligent and a natural-born engineer, and yeah, I can't take that off. That's not actually... Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I can actually take that off, but if I take that off, that means now there's no points left for the trait pick I've just opened up. So I kind of may as well just take it off, to be honest, because then, yeah, we'll just get less ethical divergence, and I like my empire as it is, so... Sure, why not? We'll just kind of take that off anyway, because if I want to add more on in future, I'm going to actually need to have that out of the way now, so I may as well. So fine, these guys are now the wise owls, and we're going to apply that template to, yeah, not the ultimate owls, ignore those guys, but literally everybody else convert the owls. So, how long is that actually going to take? 2 years. That is nothing. Okay, for the most part, I just ignore genetic modification, but this is really cool. I mean, if nothing else, those new clone vats, I mean, plus 33% growth rate on every planet, with absolutely no jobs needing to be assigned to it. That's amazing. That's worth taking the first rank of biological ascendancy just by itself. Money is just flooding in, and as a result of that, just keep buying more slaves. Just buy all of the slaves. Euthonians are cheap, and apparently Romans just, like, keep popping up. The Romans are just happy to keep selling as slaves, so you want to sell any more? You haven't got any more to sell right now. That's absolutely fine. Up to 35 metal workers, converting 210 minerals into 150 alloys on this planet alone. This is insanity. And also, this is officially a forge world, so the metal workers are getting plus 5% on top of their normal business too. This is lovely. Alright, I would say it is time for me to trigger my cunning plan. Now, the first step of my cunning plan involves, making war with the Euthonians. Alright, the Euthonians need to basically naff off and, they need to be at peace, darn it. They actually need to wrap up their stupid war down here. That's a shame. That means I can't really do anything to the Euthonians to, well, actually, can I save the snail people? Is there anything I can do to actually offer to help you? I can form a non-aggression pact. I can form a research agreement. If I guarantee your independence, I don't think that gives me a justification to come to war. I don't think so anyway. I'm going to try, except, that's actually going to cost me a fair bit of influence. The problem is, when people do that and you're already at war, I don't think it actually counts for anything. So, I'm really sorry, guys. I think you're on your own. Yeah, that's a shame. We're going to need to actually wait for that, because unlike every other type of war, subsidiary wars, to actually officially get that declared, I'm going to need to wait for them to be at peace first. You know what? I'll give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to see if they're willing to... Actually, do they need to accept that? So, no, that's a non-aggression pact. And whatever your reasons, your support is appreciated. Fine. So now the independence is guaranteed by the Almetas. Does that give me the right to declare war on you on grounds that you're actually now attacking someone whose independence I'm guaranteeing? Sadly, it would appear not. Right, focus on the economy here. We could still do with more metal workers, but what I really need to do is start clearing out more flipping ruined arcologies. It's expensive, but it needs to be flipping done. And we have got ourselves, oh bloody hell, plus 500. This is marvellous. Right, back over to the slave market. Just buy as many people as we can. I think we've pretty much purchased every slave going. We're running out of slaves to buy. In fact, we've got unemployed people over on Asprania. Ship them over. Just ship every single one of them over. Just get everyone to Fen Habbanis right now. Oh, there we go. Shut off a few jobs to do it, but the metal workers are up to 40 out of 40. We're clearing the arcologists. For the time being, there's nothing more we can do. There's plenty of housing. There's plenty of amenities. That is well under control. Happiness here is... very, very good indeed. 81% happiness because, habitability is great. So actually, the amount of food and consumer goods people are consuming here is presumably very low, because habitability for everyone is just going to be 100%. Oh, time for an election though. Right, hang on. So right now we've got, Xenophile ethics attraction. We don't want you, we want to get rid of you and, grow the economy. 10% more energy credits. Oh, yeah, I could do with that. Secure the borders we can do without. New generation. I'm just going to vote for this guy. He's 98. Are you going to live through your whole term? I don't know if you are, but screw it. We can now officially have that. Right, so that means up from 544 up to 558. Okay, that was less extreme than I thought it was going to be. But then again, hang on a flipping minute here. Hang on. Consumer goods. How many of those am I getting from trade? I'm getting 134 from my current trade policy. If I could make my current trade policy be exclusively... Ooh. Now, if I could produce those consumer goods in other ways, like, say, Fen Habbanis. I have actually realised one thing. Without really even thinking about it, I've actually referred to the process of trying to keep Fen Habbanis running as feeding the beast. I've decided that's going to be its new name. This Fen Habbanis thing could just go away. This planet is now the beast, and we must feed the beast. Alright, that's what we're flipping doing. So, right now, I've got, 5 out of 10 artisans. And what are they doing right now? Hang on, they're converting... Yeah, they're producing 41. Which is not really a huge amount, to be honest. But I could probably upgrade Cornwall a little bit. I could probably get more people doing that job. Actually, you know what? 134 is... That's quite a lot. I mean, I'd like to be able to move my trade policy over to, what was it, Marketplace of Ideas for the Unity to offset the ridiculously high tradition costs I've got going on right now, but I'm not sure that's going to be practical for the time being. I think we're better off... Well, actually, what in theory is the price of a consumer good? It needs to be, ouch, 6.64 a go. So, yeah, replacing consumer goods with just purchase consumer goods would cost me 134 times 6, which is... That's quite a lot. That's actually quite a lot. But then again, if I doubled the amount of energy I was getting from trade, if I just went over to economic policy full stop, that would only be another 200. Right, for the time being, it's probably most efficient for me to actually keep the consumer focused on the trade policy. Probably best the beast focuses on just producing as many alloys as possible, and we can offset any holes in our economy by just flogging alloys. In fact, speaking of which, we're over capacity on the fleet right now. Let's actually just spend some alloys upgrading, Valis to Star Fortress to unlock these 2 spots here. We need to upgrade some more stations as well. I just basically need a station that's nothing but providing fleet capacity. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just make Camtherin over here do that. Camtherin's basically nothing. It's just a particularly bright sun that we just actually, siphon some energy off. But if I were to actually build a new hub of just fleet capacity here, I could put a single trade hub on it, and that would actually collect the prosperity trade. Yeah, now that's a good thing. Right, you, get yourself upgraded. Ospera, same deal. Star Fortress, if you'd be so kind. In fact, we've got all sorts of optimizations we can do here. Right now, the Euthonian trade sector has no protection on it, meaning protection is provided by the art college next door. If I just upgrade this place, and also upgrade its neighbour, we've got the alloys for it. That means, these here hangar bays could be replaced by nothing but anchorages. Yeah, anchorages times crazy. Problems with our trades, however. We are now desperately lacking in minerals. We need more minerals, so purchase more of those, please. Let's get up to... Okay, I'm going to boost that by 50%, up to 120. So, edit that, and to offset that, I'm also going to boost this by 50%, which should actually mean, well, actually, that should be even more money. I mean, we could just take the extra minerals, but I'm buying 120 minerals a month. Bloody hell, but I like having the money. Then again, do I need the money? No, it's probably best. Okay, leave that as is. We'll just see what this does to the economy. In fact, screw it. Let's just actually boost this to 150. Let's just see what that does to the economy right now. If, like, the economy, in terms of, like, the global economy can actually take that. Alright, we're down to 170 in terms of energy gain. We're at plus 72 there, and we're at 122 in terms of alloys. So the energy gain is now a lot lower just because of the amount we're now trading away for all those minerals. To be honest, we just need to get a new mining world down. That probably should be my next priority. And also the... Oh! The Yonderim have attacked the Romans. Last time they did that, it did not end well for them. But then again, this time the Romans are being led by a man with a terrible moustache, so who knows? The Romans also have multiple wars on simultaneously right now, and... oh, they are losing all of those wars. No wonder the Yonderim are coming in right now. The Romans are on the flipping ropes. Okay, if we can't attack the Euthonians right now, there is one group we could attack, and that's the Polysemous. And if I take the Polysemous, That now gives me a border with the Sakit. And quite frankly, taking out them would just be a favour to the starfish. So, yeah, potentially. Have you guys got any friends whatsoever? Ah, you guys are technically inside a federation, but it's like with these guys up here. You guys don't really stand a chance, do you? No, that's an inferior fleet over there. And this is also an inferior fleet over here. Right, I'd say we probably just eat the Polysemous at this point, because they are probably going to be... Wait, how good's your economy? Apparently your economy is terrible, but expanding in this direction, making sure you don't end up joining the Romans or anything, probably a good idea, to be honest. Plus, you're very close by to all my friends and allies, so yeah, the Zikmoks could probably handle you by themselves, to be honest. You've not got... Ooh, actually, I tell you what, you've got more than I thought. Well done. Oh, that does remind me, though. I need to figure out where I'm actually going to be putting down my branch officers, because I had to shut them all down last time. Alright, guys, how did the actual Zikmok situation shake out? So, Jurg Serud, that has a single precinct house on it, population of 39, which I assume has gone down a little bit because some of the people have moved back to their capital world at this point. So, yeah, there's a handful of enforcers, but nothing too major, all things considered. So we could get the office down and immediately build something. Fine, what about you guys? Because you are 32 trade, not bad. Jurg Thieden, meanwhile, is already 49 population and growing a new population and has 2 enforcers, which is very, very little. Yeah, Jurg Thieden, I think, could be an excellent spot, because for some reason one of their precinct houses is ruined and they don't seem to be interested in rebuilding the thing. So those 2 jobs are, yeah, those are just the 2 jobs off the planetary capital. This place, this feels like a good one to actually get landed. So, 1,000 energy, a little bit of influence. Get that down, please. Thank you. So we've already got a job available to me. Crime is at 3%, so we need to get that up in a hurry. And we can't afford to. Right, sell some alloys. We've got plenty of alloys. Someone just sell the alloys, please. Thank you. Ooh, 18,000. Yeah, go on. We could produce 1,250 alloys in... Yeah, actually, that's about a year. That's about a year's worth of alloys, and it's worth like 15,000. So in which case, let's just actually go spending that money immediately on, like, yeah, actually, 1, 2, 3, spot on. Probably buy some more as well. So now we've just got a giant pile of minerals, which I can use to power all my branch officers. So, I'd say, ooh, what do we want? More energy might be nice. Yeah, a bit more energy to offset the fact that energy is not coming in as fast as it used to. But I also wouldn't actually mind having, yeah, the Unity. The Unity would be nice. Yeah, go on then. Let's get the actual Syndicate Front Corporations out over there. So that's now in production. Lovely. The Homeworld Mock is a no-go. This place is, yeah, absolutely swarming in police. Definitely we're not getting in there. Nirium we're not getting back down on. They actually, yeah, realised what we were doing last time. They've properly fortified themselves against me too. The Tiles. Me and them like each other enough that in theory... Could I get away with actually slapping down some in one of your worlds? I want to say one of your worlds. Have you got no worlds apart from your capital? Hang on, what's that over there? Is that actually a planet over there? Yeah, there's a planet here. Okay, what's this? Ooh, I don't know. Would you guys be willing to actually trade active sensor links with me? Yes, for a measly 14 alloys, they're willing to actually let me see what they can see for 30 years. Well worth doing. Then I can figure out if I want to actually plan on settling their planet with my little criminal enterprises. So, now we've got full visibility of this world and no police. Well, isn't that just flippin' marvellous? 40 trade, no police, and you're building, that's a planetary capital right now. I could get a building down immediately. Yeah, go on. That's going to cost me, yeah, barely anything. Get it done. On we go. Now, these guys are birds like me. So, I like these guys. I respect them. What do I want to do with you? I could actually get down to Smuggler's Port. Alright, because this place is already producing 15 energy. It's doing a good job. That would actually lead to the actual branch office being worth more. Okay. And it would create a merchant job, which is actually a really, really good thing. So, I mean, that is the highest amount of crime that can be created. It boosts the actual branch office value by 15%. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get the smuggler's port down. Let's see if we can really lock that one down. And what about up here? So you've got a world up here as well. Honestly, this world doesn't have much trade on it. So this is Verlraka. And what do you know about this? Double precinct house. Right, so that's not going to fly. Fine. And actually, just next door, the Quiramulan, there is actually, yeah, a Trade 44 world right here. 35 people on it, and they've already put down the 35 building. Research labs, exotic gas refineries that's currently not in good shape. Civilian industries, no police at all. Go on then, you guys are... Ah, that's why I didn't claim that already. It's because the bloody Havel are already there. Boo. Ah, technically, of course, this means the tiles could declare war on us, but not if we've got a non-aggression pact, which we do, so we're fine. Oh, and the wise owls are done. Oh yeah, that's going to be a big, big improvement to science right there. So has that already been reflected? 224 on the engineering right now. And 230. Alright, I was hoping for a bit more dramatic than that, but whatever. Now, I'm moving my fleets into position right now. The Polysemous are totally going to be next on the list. They're going to be brought inside the family. Well, my fleets are moving into position. Yeah, this idea for a mining world... Irritatingly, the Ganvius have a really good world, but one, it's snowy, and two, they probably don't want to sell it. Let's just actually double check if they might be willing to sell. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking to have Efrov. No, they just do not want to trade away any planets whatsoever. So they're not going to do that no matter what I offer them. Minus 1,000 always means we will never say yes. Okay, so we can't have that. Fact is decent, but also unfortunately cold. And for the time being, the Zikmoks are refusing to move into my empire, which is a real flipping shame. Hilariously, there's also Kochab 2 over here, which is, well, it would be okay. But once again, it's cold. And I don't have anyone who can reasonably live on a cold planet without, yeah, their food and consumer goods requirements being through the roof. Which I don't want to do. Food and consumer goods are looking a little bit on the flimsy side. Well, you guys do actually have crystalline caverns. Would that potentially make it worthwhile? Also, what are the tile blockers we're looking at here? It is huge piles of noxious swamps, one massive glacier. Okay. Would this be worth it? It could just be a small world. And the crystalline caverns, I don't know what that does. It leads to, yeah, one additional job for, like, a special crystalline cavern miner. Haven't actually seen one of those yet. It's a small world. I mean, we could just basically populate it with robots and say, screw it, it's just where the robots live. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make people who can live in inhospitable environments. That's what I'm going to do, because apparently we've got 14 Quirimulans floating around these days, and I don't really need them for anything, to be honest. In fact, actually, those guys have only got Industrious. So if you guys have only actually got, yeah, 2 points against your name, that would suggest that you have... why have you only got 5 points available when the Romans also do, when they're intelligent and enduring? Possibly because you never took a negative trait. That would explain a lot, I suppose. Right. We need to find, yeah, a good species to adjust that we're not using for anything else. I tell you what, we've got a bunch of Emissara floating around. They could do the job. I don't really need them for anything. They are strong, so, you know, worker output is up a little bit. If I were to create a template here, yeah, I've got 5 points left and also 1 trait pick left as well. Okay, where's the, like, adaptive traits? There's, like, yeah, extremely adaptive. Habitability plus 20%. That's, however, worth 4, unfortunately. So, okay. If I were to take Wasteful off, I'd have 4 points left and 2 trait picks. Extremely adaptive. That's expensive for only plus 20% on the old habitability. I mean, I'd have liked to have had happiness up as well. But then happiness is now separate from habitability. I mean, we could just make them all into that. Yeah. You're strong, you'll be happy enough-ish there. Sure. These guys are going to be the hardy Emissara, because they are going to be happy no matter where we put them. So apply that template to literally all of the Emissara, please. That's going to take, yeah, 9 months to do. Get it underway. Right, few upgrades across the Empire. We do, however, have a problem. We're losing exotic gases right now. Okay, what's consuming all of those? Because I thought we were okay for exotic gases right now. Probably I've just thrown down too many research jobs. Right, well, we're only losing about 1. So if I just purchase 2 on the market, that'll be fine. That can't possibly cost that much. Yeah, they're a little bit on the expensive side, but fine. Add a new monthly trade. We'll just buy some exotic gases. I need to buy 2. I'm happy to pay up to... This is very expensive, by the way. Okay. I'm happy to pay up to 15. That's fine. But I am actually going to sell some more of this stuff. I'm going to increase the amount I'm selling in terms of, yeah, the alloys up to offset that, because I'd like to be earning more money than I currently am. And how are we doing in terms of fleet positioning? Fleets are close by to position at this point. That's fine. And we've also managed to officially clear the area I was looking to clear over on the Beast. And that means I now have 1 action available to me. Well, I don't have the money for it, to be honest. Well, that's fine. I could buy minerals. So that's absolutely A-okay. Just buy some money like that. Right, back to the Beast. What's the priority right now? Ooh. I could actually, upgrade the building to a capital. That's very expensive. It's very expensive. Ooh. Okay. Is that even worth it? It's probably better to actually just get, yeah, even more jobs down. And apparently, all I'd be allowed would be... Wait, if I were to actually clear more space, I'd just have more foundries. We probably need more foundries, but then again, would I rather we work on consumer goods? I mean, yeah, you know what? Get an industrial arcology down. We're fine for everything right now. If I could produce my own consumer goods, in the long run, I'd like to get my trade policy away from having to actually be dedicated to that. Let's actually just get some, yeah, some actual work being done in that sort of direction. Also, once you're done with that, yeah, upgrade the corporate culture site, because that seems like a good thing to do. And Asprania, oh, there's that system capital complex, sexy as anything. Also, a giant alien tube has entered the orbit of Devon. Now, I've run into this before, I'm pretty sure, and last time it wasn't a problem, but this is Stellaris, so just because I got a lucky roll last time, it doesn't mean I'm going to get a lucky roll this time. Okay, study the tube. Why is there a tube outside Devon? Well, they're not lying. There is a tube outside Devon. It's definitely a tube, I can see through it. I'd say begin studying the tube and... Oh? Uh-oh. Apparently it's done scanning. Okay. That's a shame. Can we study it anyway? Please study the tube. Where's it going on to? Is it going on to Verqualid? Okay, just study it while it's on its way. Also, does it roll? No, it doesn't actually roll. It just sort of floats. Also, the poor starfish, they just lost even more territory to Sakit. Also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think a guy just died. Or possibly we want to actually, yeah, elect an embryo, one or the other. I tell you what. We got a guy here who's planning to make minerals go up 10%. I'm totally up for that. Yes, elect him. And the hardy Emissara are also in a good situation right now. Spot on. Oh, slight concern, however. The new pirate queen has immediately started a new faction who are in favour of spiritualism, which I am not in favour of. How many people do you guys actually have inside your stupid faction right now? Okay, pretty much nobody. That's fine. Oh, big changes up north, however. So the Elegan have been broken up a little bit. Their entire northern flank has now just become the Eliminid Confederacy, who have also been absorbed into this federation. The Farine, yeah, the delicious elves, they've eaten a tiny bit of space over here, and these guys do not actually have much left. Oh dear. Oh, flipping dear. Right, also, don't forget something very, very important indeed. Over at Valus, we're currently upgrading that, but don't worry, that doesn't actually affect the ship queue. Get the colony ship in production. I think, yes, the hardy Emissara are ready to go, and they're not actually a founding species at all, but whatever. Oh, and another 10% energy credits. That's nice. That's what I'm looking to see. And, ooh, gamma lasers. Up to level 5 lasers. Oh, but wormhole travel. Which is very tempting, though I don't think I've actually got any wormholes in my territory. Do we even have any wormholes? I'm not sure we do. No, our neighbours do. There's one over here with the Zikmoks and all that business, so I guess we could just, like, open them up. But to be honest, I'm more interested in revisiting the worm. I've been ignoring the worm for bloody ages, so yeah. Let's actually do a little bit of studying of Omega Theory. See where that goes. And on a related note, that's about a year away. Hang on. We've also got ourselves... Yeah, we found a loot temple, didn't we? So, 7 months. Get on with that, if you'd be so kind. Because, yeah, we found a temple from the future. So, I'd say, if the worm loves us, then we should also love the worm. Why not? Ah, now this is what we need right here. Food processing facilities. Bloody finally. With that, we can actually get the amount of food up from farmers by 15%. Yes. Get that done. We have various worlds we need to throw that down onto. Food is looking dicey. Possibly due to my occasionally overexcited habit of just buying and freeing slaves in order to feed to the beast. Sorry, when I phrase it like that, I know it actually sounds a bit on the dubious side, but I mean like in a really positive way. I mean, give them highly productive jobs. Well, our scientists weren't able to figure out too much about the tube. They've just gained a tiny bit of engineering experience, sure. I'm also just going to quickly start using my experimental subspace navigation on the actual science vessel to just fill out some holes on the map. So I've just warped this guy over here. So at some point, he will just basically appear on that spot and I'll be able to see what the hell's going on in this little empty bit of space. Now, armies in position, I believe. Yes, indeed, they are. So, the Polysemous. What we're going to do is, no, we're not asking you for associate status. Instead, we're going to offer you the chance to work for us. You will tragically say no because actually you're in a federation, so you don't want to do that. So that's a bit of a shame. So we're just going to, you know, send you the request anyway, even though we know you're going to say no to it. Marvelous. So now we get to declare war on you, which is great. Anyone else want in? Ooh. The Quiramulan want in. That's surprising, but honestly, if they want to assist, they're welcome to. Right, just wait for the actual vote to come in, and the vote is in. Right, so, you guys have got yourselves, that's maybe 2,400. Right, not a terrible amount of strength, to be perfectly honest. You do have a decent amount of strength here. I'm guessing that's... Oh, blimey. It's a bit of a mess, mind. It is a little bit of a mess, though it does look cool when you put it against the sun, yes. Right, begin the invasion. Everyone just basically head in this direction, take everything they've got. They only actually seem to own one planet, so obviously we're going in that direction in the long run. Though, while we're actually down here, you may as well just come and take care of all of this business. Right, that war should pretty much fight itself. My fleets are just going to go around here and knacker all of this. My friends will assist, which is absolutely fine. Do I even really need them to follow me? Honestly, I probably don't. And, the Loot Temple. So, time and stone. Our scientists have learned a great deal about the subterranean temple, but questions remain. A roof aperture, along with a radial altar, suggest it was once a solar calendar, but it's so badly damaged by the earthquake we can't be certain. If the builders found particular dates important, we'll never know which ones. We've had better luck with the unknown alphabet. And it turns out it's not an alien language at all, and we've successfully deciphered it. The temple is dedicated to the waiting worm or the worm in waiting in orange. Most of the inscriptions are poetic invocations. Alright, so it wants to have the worm appear or possibly disappear because time is wibbly. A body of inscriptions describing the operations of the universe, which our more excitable archaeologists swear contain references to advanced field equations. Nothing new to us, but very impressive for a temple of this vintage. We've yet to find a physicist who's prepared to go on record as agreeing that the references are meaningful. The temple holds no cosmic secrets or alien weapons as far as we can tell, but its dark spaces have a distinctive, menacing beauty, and the poetry of the invocations of the worm in waiting becomes fashionable. They are set to popular music and they are published in collections. So, we can open it to the public, in which case, yeah, 5% happiness and also a couple of different bits of technology will become available. Those, those only become available if we don't seal it. So we could just seal it for influence. No, don't do that. I'm interested in where the worm's going, alright? So, society research or happiness. You know what? Let's actually reserve it for academic study, because that gets us the tech anyway. So, get working on that. Marvellous. And the fleets are already moving in. Beautiful. Though, oh! Is the black hole having a chat again? The Grand Murderers located a small, minimally powered artificial object, broadcasting a looping signal at local range only. These sorts of things usually turn out to be escape pods. This looks like one of those. It's been out here a long time. When the crew cracks it open, carefully observing quarantine procedures, they find ancient remains preserved by the sterile pod environment. So far, not unusual. The captain of the Grand Murder indicates, however, that they did not expect to find the Aulian words, what was, will be, what will be, was, on the wall of right. So someone wrote that in their own blood. Marvellous. So the crew are now referring to this person as the Messenger. They add that there are some equally unexpected anatomical similarities between the Messenger and us. Ooh, this is starting to get creepy. And the Grand Murder's name is being hailed by the... What's a syzygy? I don't know what a syzygy is, but apparently we've got one in the Almeta Syndicate. This despite the fact that it isn't sending any ID codes we recognise. No ships of that name have ever been commissioned. Ah! Okay, so a ship that is apparently one of our ships is hailing us, but, like, we don't have that ship. So, the Syzygy's commanding officer claims to be the Captain Wings of Silver, so our admiral of that name is alive, well, and elsewhere. Alright, let's have a chat. Hello! So, the captain that appears on screen is clearly Wings of Silver, but a scarred, haunted, decrepit, wrecked edition of Wings of Silver, face glossy with plasma burns and older, much older. The bridge in the background looks just as scarred and just as decrepit, but the captain's voice is firm and clear. Finally you're here, I've waited so long, my punishment is to die in battle against you. Please end me, I'm sorry. Right, so... intriguing. Because we're materialists, we could say, where have you been? Did you learn anything useful? That's 800 physics research. Or what's happening here? Are you really him? If you want to end it, why wait? A warship is full of ways to die. What is the loop? Surrender, finish him. Oh. Okay. As we're actually materialists, let's go down that route. And he does not seem interested in chatting too much. I hope you'd ask that. Sending data now. Wings of Silver out. So, the Syzygy is now powering weapons. Where's the Syzygy, precisely? What's going on here? Where is it? Ah, wait, hang on. It's right flipping here. Right, hang on. He's right actually close by to where we just were. And also there's... ooh. There's the pod. Okay, so we found the pod in this area. Right, where are the actual flipping science vessels? I think you guys are busy assisting research right now. Right, you, nip down here. I'd like you to come and have a little look-see at this. Actually, start off over here, please. Just come in this direction. You can assist with the research again later. So, okay. He's only 128. Where is he, by the way? Where actually is this force who's supposed to be here? I'm not sure where he's gone. Alright, the Grand Murder is just... oh. Interesting. The loop won't forgive me, please. Oh. Something else killed him before I could get there. He was knackered by the missiles of the Polysemous. The loop won't forgive me. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm not quite sure what I've done to you, but it was kind of a mistake. I did want to kill you in battle. I really hope I haven't just screwed up the event. Well, we've got multiple things to explore around here, so go on then. Bring in the science vessels while we're just kind of continuing on with this war. They're not going to be able to reclaim this system anytime soon. Oh, and there's the food processing facilities. That's what we flippin' needed. Ooh, fleet command limit up by 20. That might be nice. Habitability modification. I could actually make myself some people who prefer the snow if I really desperately wanted to. Honestly, it's not a terrible idea. I could just make the Emissary more interested in snow. Yeah, go on, why not? Ah, and Corps of Engineers has just been finished off over there. Minerals up. I do need minerals, that's certainly true. Yeah, get on with that. Ah, wait a second. The Grand Murder is naturally getting ahead of the Murder of Ganvius, because the Murder of Ganvius contains older spec ships that were a lot slower. Now that makes a lot of sense, yes. Oh, we've actually got incoming right now. A major fight on our hands here. In fact, if you guys want to... Oh dear. We're about to be pulled into a fight. Okay, we've got the tech advantage here. These guys are... Oh, there's not as much there. Sorry, those are armies over there. Fine. This force should easily be able to handle these guys, and we should have reinforcements coming in the form of the Murder of Ganvius momentarily. This here's the Grand Murder, which managed to get there first. Yeah, their fleets are being torn to shreds. They can't get through our shields. We've just got way too much shielding for their liking. Yeah, this is all fine, and we can also do a big amount of damage there. Wow, 1,500 army strength. That is impressive, but if we're lucky, we can take out some of that right flipping now. And in come the reinforcements. There is the Murder of Ganvius. Right, so those guys have immediately decided to actually naff off. Spot on. And now, where are you guys going, by the way? Where are you going? I don't know why you're... Okay, why are you not continuing on with your orders at this point? Well, you know what? Why not, eh? Let's actually just send you round here to start mopping up all of this, and then you can just head straight onto their capital. There's not much down here aside from one level 2 station, but yeah, 6,000 fleet power should easily be able to knock that over. So the Murder of Ganvius can just focus on this quiet bit of the galaxy, while the actual Grand Murder heads towards the capital. Though, there is something going on here, and admirals are getting stronger and stronger. Oh, Scout. Scout's a good one. And Omega Theory has led to... Oh, plasma cannons are available as a proton launchers. No, get the plasma cannons. I might be willing to pay ridiculous upgrade fees to get plasma cannons. Also, what the hell has happened to the food situation? Ooh, we might be able to fix that right now. Hang on, over to all the bread baskets. Here we go. Build nothing but food processing facilities everywhere. And we've also finished researching dangerous wildlife. So that means, as soon as that's cleared out, we'll be able to actually build another 2 agricultural districts on Verqualid. Though, I do actually need a bit of food just to keep me going. Consumer goods is fine for the time being, but food, we're just going to need to buy that in bulk just to basically survive. Yeah, drop 3,000 on all of that. Oh, the ship will be ready, by the way, won't it? Yeah, the ship will totally be ready. Right, the egg carrier, which... Do snails lay eggs? I don't know if snails lay eggs. Alright, good progress being done around here. And yeah, as for that little ice world, which is going to be icy and potentially full of snails, I'm going to call it Glacier. Because, like, glaciers move really slowly and they're icy. And they're kind of like foundations that things could sit on. So it kind of seems appropriate to me. That's going to be Glacier over there. Now, just making sure that, yeah, this fleet can easily handle this station down over here. Murder of Ganvius has got that. And this force is just nipping through here. These guys are already up to 25%. What are you guys doing, by the way? You guys are just... Okay, you guys are just bypassing this. Though, you've just been caught out of position. So, the Valdari are now attacking the Polysemous. And there's a lot of bullets being fired here. Looks like the Valdari are having the better of it. Yeah, the Valdari have definitely got the advantage here. Looks like they've got the strongest shielding. So immediately, these guys have no choice but to basically warp out. Shields are collapsing very, very quickly indeed. And oh, in comes more as well. Valdari reinforcements rock in. Well done. Right, so that fleet has been chased out of here. There's just a random... Oh dear. I've got like 3 different construction vessels cornered. I'm so flipping sorry, guys. Looks like we might have another fight on our hands as well. Yeah, 1,100 are apparently trying to just... You trying to sneak past me? You trying to sneak past me? No. I strongly suspect I am much faster than you. So you are about to be caught out of position. You've only got 1,000 strength. Oh yeah, I'll easily catch these guys. And in we go. They are firing. Oh, they're trying to use flipping missiles. Oh, you poor things. I've got destroyers with point defense with me. So you are going to collapse in no time at all. Spot on. Right. Now, the real question is, what do we do? Oh, did you not go... Why are you going that weird route? Alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, you. Now, head up here. I want their one platform actually seized, if you'd be so kind. There's also... I think there's an attempt to actually... Oh, wow. The Quiramulan are genuinely getting involved in this. They're actually invading. Well done, lads. Actually, excellent point while this war's going on. I upgraded all those stations earlier, didn't I? Yes, I did. Because a whole bunch of stuff needs to be changed over. So, the Euthonian trade sector. that's already picking up all the trade it needs to pick up. That means that it can dedicate its new slots to, yeah, hangar bays. Just give it a double hangar bay right there. Now, with the Euphonian trade sector handling its own defense, that means that this one here, you don't need to bother anymore. And if we lose 2 trade here, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And that means you can now be focused on anchorages. Yeah, just get me nothing but anchorage, please. And until you've actually built the first anchorage, no, I can't actually build anything else there. So leave that for the time being. Let's get some flippin' anchorage ready to go here, though. That's hangar base and hangar base. That's probably enough right there. This is crew quarters and fleet academy. You know what? I'm going to have a second shipyard over at Osprey just so I can double pump ships. That's not so bad at all. And I'll have 1 anchorage as well. Valus, meanwhile, that's an easy one. Just give them an anchorage, another anchorage. Right, that's a lot of money spent, but that's going to be a lot of fleet capacity coming in soon. And my main fleet is even now approaching whatever's left of the Polysemous forces. Yeah, various rump forces that they were attempting to repair have been taken care of. Armies are being destroyed here. Their actual civilian ships are fleeing. Their main station is going to go down, no problem whatsoever. Now, your capital, how well defended is it? The answer is 550. Somewhat, but not great. We should be able to bombard that pretty easily. Capture that fleet before it... Excuse me. No, do not let them escape. Take down these forces before they're able to go and cause trouble for our allies, please. And there we go. Another fleet is easily destroyed right there. Fleeing, damaged, and I think you're out of places to actually repair, which is good stuff. Right, begin the bombardment of their homeworlds. Oh, and good news on Jurgfeden. This place is actually up to a population of 50. Spot on. And the scrapped precinct houses have still not been repaired. So, for the first time ever, we can actually get 2 buildings down simultaneously. I don't think we've actually managed that before. Ah, and that's what the Xeno Outreach does. Right, that's not a building for me to build. That's a building I actually build in my outposts. Got it. So that leads to, yeah, immigration pull and... wait, hang on. For the corporate empire modifier, immigration pull, planet modifier. Right. So that increases the likelihood that people of this empire will choose to migrate over to me. But it also requires, ouch, it requires strategic resources to maintain, which is quite expensive. No, focus on crime. Let's get crime up a little bit more here. Honestly, underground dance clubs for the mushrooms, that seems appropriate. The first dance club we ever built was for plants, now it's for mushrooms. Or we could go for illicit research. That actually produces research for me, creates new jobs and everything. Costs energy to maintain, but honestly, I'd rather have the science. Yeah, that's plus 40. Let's get that done. Alright, here we go. Minus 14 food right now, but agricultural districts are about to pop into existence. Alright, so that one now goes up to, oh, that goes up to 72, which is great. Cornwall, that already has its food processing facilities, which is good stuff. Velquilly's still about a minute off, but that's fine too. What I should really probably do is, just for a minute, stop buying more slaves. Aside from the fact that, ooh, we are a bit shy in consumer goods, so if I bought just like 1 more slave, like I can stop any time. I do not need to keep buying slaves. This is a choice that I make, because artisans are good things. Oh, and we've finally dealt with our problems with fleet capacity as well. This is flipping marvellous, so go on then. As the old ships get slowly damaged and slowly worn away, we may as well actually have reinforcements piling in. 1,600 for those reinforcements. Go on them. Why not? Let's get them in. Though actually, hang on. Let's just double check no new technologies I'm interested in have actually become available first. No, not the fleet designer. Ship designer, please. Oh, wait, hang on. No. We do not want to buy anything right now because we've almost got Plasma 3. That's coming in next. Yeah, hold off. Do not buy a single new ship for the time being. Wait until that's ready. I mean, admittedly, it's still like 3 years out, but it's fine. That's a fine and decent amount of time to wait. Now, it looks to me like the Polysemous forces have all fallen back over here, but it's a small, scrappy bunch. So at this point, yeah, the Valdari are basically just hunting them. The Valdari are just doing their job very nicely. Yeah, it would appear that the remaining forces of the Polysemous are desperately trying to clear out the Quiramulan occupied stations, but they're gonna struggle. And with the Valdari coming in to reinforce, and someone else as well, everything's going to be fine. They've got that well under control. Oh, but bad news for Rome. I'm pretty sure they've just lost some territory to, yeah, the Yonderim, who I'm pretty sure have just claimed back what Rome once took off them. Oh dear. Here's fun though, the Starfish have a friend. They've actually got a defensive pact with Earth, but in all fairness, if the Starfish are attacked by the Sakit, which definitely will happen again, I'm not sure how Earth are planning to come and help. Oh, the miners are done. That is beautiful. Robot modification up and, ooh, synthetic crystal plants. Being able to construct my own crystals. Don't really need those yet, but wouldn't hurt. And also planet... Oh, build speed on planets, not building planets 25% faster. You can do that in this game, just not quite yet. Maybe armor. Yeah, take the armor. Let's actually get the armor upgraded. Oh, and Devon keeps having problems with its climate. Yeah, they need financial aid to deal with the drought. 375 energy is nothing. They shall have that aid. Oh, but problems here. There's a small pirate fleet that's popped up not actually in my territory, but in nearby territory. Now, presumably, that actually stops my trade getting through, right? Yeah. Right now, 0% of the Foundation trade, and with it the Devon trade, is actually getting through. Because the Devon trade is just being fed through to Foundation and shipped on from there. So this is a problem. That is 240 trade that is not being collected right now, and the Ganviers don't seem interested in stopping it. Also, why does this happen every time I go to war? And also, why did I not do the precise thing I mentioned last time, where I actually said, I'll leave a small force at home to deal with any problems that emerge? How far away is that? You know what? No. I've got a plan for this, something I've been meaning to do anyway. It's pretty close by to Osprania. I will take care of this myself. Over at Ospra, build a single corvette. This here is going to be a brand new fleet with a very specific purpose. Oh, meanwhile, my science vessel has made it to the Messenger. We've established the escape pod was a kind commercially available in the previous phase of galactic civilization. No new technology or other insights. The remains of the Messenger are another matter. It's unmistakably an ancestor or variant of owls. Perhaps we have cousins out there, or perhaps we were subject to genetic manipulation by a precursor race. Ooh, release the funding. Let's study that. Yes, crack on. So, the new force, currently named the Murder of Kawika, no. This here is the Rapid Response Murder. And I'm going to make it exclusively out of corvettes. Because corvettes are flipping fast. So this thing can move around and deal with small threats like pirate fleets much faster than the larger fleets that are being held back by cruisers and destroyers could ever possibly manage. Now that's worth 150 just on its own because of the high level of technology here. So crack open the fleet manager, and all I really want is, yeah, 10 of those. Is 10 enough? Let's actually get that up to, 1,100. The pirates here are only 800. 12 ships. It's just going to be 12 ships. That's going to be it. So that force, please reinforce that. 1,600. Get it done. Also, a correction to something I did actually see in the comments. Someone was saying you've got to be careful not to actually spread out your starports, because when you hit the reinforce button, they'll try and only build from one, which is the nearest one. That does not seem to be the case. Right now, yeah, what I've just actually built here is being divided between Ospra and Valus in a fairly intelligent way. So, it doesn't seem to make the slightest bit of difference that I've actually got some starport somewhere and some starport somewhere else. But yeah, that'll actually be ready in no time at all. So they will then actually regroup Ospra, and I will deploy that force. And if I can find an admiral who's actually appropriate, that'd be spot on too. By the way, we've got ourselves... yeah, let's just get actually base trade protection up, that's fine. Yeah, rapid response murder. If I actually happen to have myself a... Special project complete. Why are you guys not... Hang on. Why exactly are you not actually doing your job being attached to a fleet? I don't know, but honestly, you're kind of too good to actually be just set to that. We've got ourselves a 33-year-old who's actually got himself sublight speed 10%. Yeah, we'll have him doing that. But the other fleet should totally actually be... yeah, with a leader. I don't know why you did that. Oh, were you actually, like, leading the Empire at some point? You were probably leading the Empire. So, what else have we found here? This is the... is this the remains of the other Wings of Silver? Old technology, some of it performs better than it should. And 2 analysts that were assigned to the project have recovered unexpectedly from chronic health problems. Okay. Well, this is starting to get weirder and weirder. Fine. Keep on scanning. We've got a beautiful team effort going on here, by the way. We've got ourselves, yep, the Zikmoks have taken over this area. Kurumulan taken over here. Valdari here. The Ganvius have actually seized these areas. My secondary fleet's just going around here. Well done, lads. This has gone marvellously well. Right, I'd say it's time for the rapid response murder to do its job. So those guys have got, yeah, an admiral that boosts speed, and just look at them go. That is beautiful. They just soar across space, straight into warping, and on they flipping go. Absolutely spectacular. They will be over here, which is, you know, not an insignificant distance in a matter of a few months, which is so much faster than the main fleet could have actually managed it. We've got ourselves... you guys are just actually doing some salvage work over there. Beautiful. Science vessels doing their job. Right. Complete. How much is left down here? 385. You know what, lads? How do you feel about actually having a proper fight in your hands? Yeah. Get the armies down here. We're landing. Send in the drop pots. I think it's time for the Ultimate Owls to prove their flipping value. And I think the Ganvius might be sending in reinforcements too. You sending in... Oh, you're sending in 1 drop pod. Oh, well flipping done. And yeah, in a one-on-one fight, we can easily handle these guys. We've got ourselves a general as well. We are just smashing the hell out of them. The Ultimate Owls doing the job. Spot on. And as soon as we take this world, I believe we will have taken literally everything. There'll be nothing left at that point. So, this guy gets chased back off the front line. These guys are now just coming up one at a time. I assume we're like, you know, shelling this guy or something. Yeah. Nice and simple, all things considered. And now those guys are just retreating. Job done. Now, I think these guys probably will be ready to surrender at this point because... Okay, you guys want to be hired to raid, that's fine. I don't think there's anything left, is there? Oh, apart from their friends. You're not going to insist I go and take out their friends, because that's going to be very annoying if you do. Oh, and habitability modification is done. Oh, spot on. Spot flipping on, and ooh, Omega Theory. Yeah, keep researching it. Let's get this done here. Then again, if we just actually went and took... Hang on. Guys, can one of you just go over here and handle this, please? I'd like one of you to just go and take this tiny, tiny area. If someone else could do that, that'd be great. Also, oh no! The snail world. We could not save it. They have been absorbed back inside the Euthonians. We will avenge you. We will avenge you, you magnificent bastards. Oh, and the rapid response murderers already managed to make it over here. We've cleared out the actual fleet. We just need to clear out the base. Go and take care of this, please. It looks like, actually, the Ganvius might be going to do it themselves. So, yeah, they finally bothered getting around to that business. But, oh, look how fast we are. Look how fast we move next to these guys. That's ridiculous. And then just fire in with your plasma. That will fall apart. And then trade should be restored. And that should be a nice increase in the amount of money coming through next month. Marvellous. So, the rapid response murder, I would say, is an excellent investment. Send it back home, though. It can respond to any small issues that emerge. Alright, my fleet's come over here and taken that. And with that, the entire Polysemous Empire is currently occupied. Now, as the Empire is occupied, and I've also invaded successfully their homeworld, then... Oh, you're not trying to counter-invade, are you? No, you couldn't possibly have done that. No, you're fine, you're fine. We're definitely still occupying that. There is a tiny force over here, but it's... Oh. Okay, there's also just 6,100 of my men. Sorry, I forgot I hadn't sent you guys home. Right. So, yeah, there's 500 guys over there. They won't be able to penetrate this anyway, but we do currently occupy the place. As we own everything, presumably, even though they won't surrender, because they've got allies who have not been subjugated... If I settle the status quo, then a new Polysemous Empire will just be created, which will be literally the whole of the Polysemous. So I'm willing to put that to them, and then, logically, that will just create something new that might not be the dynastic union anymore. That might just cease to exist. So, they've basically got no choice but to accept that. And Okay. They accept. We accept this for now. Oh. Right. They were... Hang on. Hang the flip... Wait. Wait. Why exactly did they still have policey? And what's going on over here precisely? Oh. Right. There's... Was that always there? Was that actually... Are we sure this was... Hang on a flipping minute. Alright, I did just go and check that the game hadn't pulled a planet out of its arse there. Yes, the Seed of Hope was actually there all along, but we did actually own the system it was part of, and the Zikmoks had already successfully invaded it. Right, back to the actual game as it was. So yeah, I guess the game has no choice but to let them keep their capital, otherwise they literally wouldn't exist anymore, so... That's fine. They can just be there in the middle of hostile territory, basically completely incapable of doing anything at any point, and yeah, these guys have right now nothing at all. But I will offer you a migration treaty, which is beautiful, and you seem to love me, so that's great as well, because yeah, these guys are actually peaceful traders. Ah, they are literally me, are they? Yeah, it's like a war of ideology. At this point, these guys have basically become me's. So they are going to flipping love me because I've just imposed a friendly government. Oh, and Jurg Fieden is doing well as well. Crime is now up to 86%, which is, yes, very, very bad indeed. And is going to start having a bit of a negative effect on their stability. But stability still looks good to me. And we're making 35 energy and also 7 unity, 6 science across the board. Yeah. This is a good little territory to have. And speaking of good little territories to have, this capital world right here, the Seed of Hope, can't help but notice that this is actually producing, yes, 74 trade value, which is not bad at all. In fact, actually, oh no, because you're literally me, you're actually a mega corporation, aren't you? Balls! I've accidentally turned these guys into a megacorp, meaning I can't actually go and plant any of my own stuff on their system. That's a shame. There were kind of enough megacorps in the galaxy already, to be honest. We didn't need any more. Also, bloody hell, I've just noticed I may have slightly overfed the beast. 100 consumer goods to the good is... it's quite a lot, actually. But then again, ooh. That means I'm surprisingly close by to where I wanted to be. That's interesting. How many people are currently working those jobs? There's actually a bunch available. Hang on. Shut down all the culture workers. Cancel culture. And, like, cancel one of the entertainers. And, like, shut down 2 manager jobs. And we probably don't need quite that many doctors. That's all fine. And as crazy as this sounds, maybe even... Actually, hang on. How many jobs do we even have left here? We've still got 1 artisan remaining. Yeah, as crazy as this sounds, shut down... No, I can't shut down a metal worker. Shut down just 1 more medical worker. Now, that's artisans up to 20 out of 20. Now, when that ticks over, is that going to be enough consumer goods being created just on the beast that we could, in theory, just say, screw it, we can finally change the actual... Hang on. 176. It is. It's enough. Just. So right now with consumer benefits, yeah, each trade value is worth 0.25 in consumer goods. So if I were to change that over to marketplace of ideas, that would be 0.15. So 60%, give or take. So right now that's 174. Take about 40% off that. We're looking at maybe 110, 120, something about that sort of territory. That would be a really, really big gain in unity. Like, a really nice gain in unity, actually. Or, I could just take the money. Because right now I'm gaining 0.5 energy per trade, and that's worth... I could get an extra 350 in trade. And that could be used to buy... Oh, yeah, minerals. We've got more problems with minerals and food. You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. Alright, I'm okay with Unity for now, I think. Oh, wealth creation or marketplace of ideas. Oh. Screw it, wealth creation. Yeah, We're going to give it a go. We're going to give pure, straight wealth creation a go. And we've just actually got... Ooh, Omega Theory. Lovely. Ooh, an executive retreat. Alright. Corporate Empire Modifier. Amenities up and... Ooh, 5% for planets. Yeah, let's get that done. That sounds fun. Oh, I have all the money in the world. I've got so much money. But I should probably spend some of it. Okay? Right now... We've got a bit of a problem with food, though. Food is cheap. Food is very cheap. Right, you know what? I'm just going to buy, like, a bunch of food. Okay? No, not that much, but, like, quite a bit. Like, 50 food just to keep me going. And I'm willing to pay up to 4 for that. So, 200 energy being dedicated to sorting out the food situation. And I'm already buying 150 minerals a month. What the hell is going on here? Right, okay, boost that to, hang on. I mean, 250, that will be, hang on, that's ridiculous. That's an extra 600 energy we'd be paying out. Okay, just to 200, paying up to 6. What's the current price of a mineral? I'm buying at 4, and I'm willing to buy up to 6. Okay. Maybe I need to actually... Okay, no, I'm going to do it. I'm putting that up to 250. Right. And I'm going to put this up a little bit as well. I would like to actually be banking more. I'm going to get that up to 75, just so I've got a little bit spare. But to offset that, I'm going to start selling... I could just start selling 80. That's a total of 800. An extra 40. Okay, let's just see what that does. Let's just see what that does to the economy at this point. But I don't like this. And also, oh, bloody hell, what am I losing? I need to start buying rare crystals. Just one. Just buy one rare crystal, please. Those are expensive, but I'm happy to pay up to 15. Right, get all of that in the automated trades. Now, okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. What the hell is that going to do to the economy now? And also, the price of minerals has got to start skyrocketing at some point, right? And... that looks better. I think that looks better. I think I've fixed the economy. Oh, and while that war was going on, yeah, the Shazarak have expanded again. What on earth are we going to do with you guys? You guys are... okay, still with inferior fleet power and equivalent technology, but a terrible economy. That's your problem. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say that is enough for now. We have eaten the Polysemous Combine. We have got ourselves a good, healthy number of friends working for us. The Zikmokapit have recovered from hating us pretty darn quickly. Ganvius absolutely flipping lovers. These new guys who we've created adore us as well, which is absolutely marvellous. Right now they're pathetically weak, but you know what? I've basically just handed them a huge amount of mining claims, so if we're lucky, they'll actually be alright as time goes by. And, yeah, next on my list, the Euthonians and the Rontus, but it's 2331, meaning I'm pretty certain that at any moment now, the mid-game crises could start kicking off. And in particular, it could start happening very close by to my borders, and, oh, close by to the tiles as well. And me and the tiles are in a defensive pact, which could theoretically be a bit on the problematic side. I mean, I can't help but notice that while the tiles have a decent-ish fleet, technically, economically, and technology, they're pathetic. I mean, we could just go and eat the tiles. But I don't want to eat the tiles. The tiles have been my friends for so long. I think we should not eat the tiles. Me and the tiles, we are just birds together. It's absolutely flipping marvellous. Taking on the... whatever the Rontus are and whatever the Euthonians are. They're not birds anyway. That's the important thing. But to my mind, the big thing... plasma cannons are almost done. We've just opened up a huge pile of fleet size right there. I would say, next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Grand Fleet to become even grander. And after that, it's time for the flipping Void Spawn to go. We should finally have enough strength to just basically barge in there, take all of that out. And yeah, actually, I've built a station over here, a Camtherin, that does actually have a little kind of trade depot on it, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to actually be picking up Prosperity. Possibly because Prosperity doesn't have a station. So while there's actually a station here that can collect nearby stations' trade value, there's no station collecting the trade value off the planet. So that doesn't actually seem to work. Because I did actually build over here this station with an actual trade hub on it, but it did not work, sadly. So 87 trade is just sitting there doing nothing. So we will see if we can actually finally get that flipping claimed, and the Prosperity Quarantine Zone can finally be disbanded next time, together with, yeah, the economy. It's looking, well, it's looking active. We're doing an awful lot of buying and selling right now. Hopefully this is a good thing. Though everything could change at a moment's notice when the Great Khan shows up. We'll see if that happens next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. This has been Stellaris MegaCorp. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This here, this is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.